This is Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
Attack and dominate on a Wednesday. Tito, Jeff Thitoff. To my left, Cal Ripken. Day 2 in a row of being here. Bobby Carpenter. Good morning, Bobby.
I like you throw that out there. I take less days off.
I know you do, Bob.
During the year than anybody. I never take it. There's
times you take days off when you don't take days off.
Yeah, I never take a day off just to do nothing.
I know.
There's people that take days off. I got to use it, sit around. I'm like, that's fine. I go, whatever. I go, the only reason I ever take days off is because I have to, and because they're built into my contract. Everybody's contract here. So I'm not going to not use my days unless you're going to pay me for them. And if you're not going to pay me for them, I'm going to use them all. But usually that's why I end up using them all at the end of the year, because I don't take any during the course of the year outside of when I'm like going to visit our troops and things like that.
You're doing great things. I don't mean that in I'm joking-ish. We had a guy at the dispatch a long time ago. Ed Zagantz was his name. He was portly. And every year, it seems like around the holidays.
I don't feel like people use that term anymore.
Portly?
Portly, yeah.
There's
might be the first time I've ever heard it that
You've
word
never
in
heard
my
portly?
life.
Really?
As far as
portly
I know.
was play way say fat.
I was picking up what you were putting down.
I'm saying, like, I don't know. So you don't think people use portly anymore? There's a
first time Bodie had ever heard it. So.
Right, Bodie's damn near 30. And
I'd say heavy, thick,
big
with a
boned.
K or C.
Kind of round. When I think of I think of round.
Yeah. Thick is 2 C's, right? Is that the
well,
thick?
It depends on.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, this guy every year would get. Oh, there were two holidays. One being Christmas, and 2, amazingly, was the Pro Bowl.
I don't know if that's a holiday. It's just
he took
a day.
Every year around that time, something would happen to him that would only happen to a portly person. Some kind of like, knee, I fell, whatever. So I used to always call it when he got around the holidays, when he would call in because of whatever, I would call it holiday ankle. At one point, I started calling him Barbaro. I was like, let's just put this guy down, which isn't polite. I get it now, Bob. I know. It was very funny at the time, though. But I would call him Barbaro, and then he ended up passing, but whatever. Okay, so big show lined up for you today. Good morning, Bodie.
Morning, fellas.
Thank you. Ohio State basketball, they host USC tonight at 6:30.
Ooh.
Cavs are playing the Wizards tonight.
Oh.
In Cleveland at 7 o'clock. And by the way, Bodie, that right there is one of the underrated things of the show, the fact you say, ooh, like that, like it's a big deal when it's Cavs and Wizards. It's okay. No.
Won 4 in a row.
Yeah, you're right. Yes.
9-10, 11-13.
Yes, and they've got James Harden. Number 8, Ohio State women host Maryland on Sunday. Maryland's ranked 20th in the country. That's a big deal. Morning Juice sponsored by Riverside Bank in Dublin. 2 full hours here on YouTube, the Fan app, and HD3. Download the show anytime and catch us from 10 a.m. to noon on 10 TV Plus. Also, we are live on Facebook and Twitter. Austin Ward joins us today at around 7:25. So we will talk a lot today. There's some sports betting stuff that came up. We will talk. I know Bob's excited about this. Some NBA. Basketball Bob. That's your other poll question. What's better, basketball Bob or baseball Bob? What do you think, Bodie? What would you? Wait, now, before you say, don't give away the answer. Bodie, what is more entertaining for the show, basketball Bob or baseball Bob?
I would say if we're talking about the game right now, basketball. But
pitchers and catchers recording.
But I do enjoy Bob's thoughts overall on Bud Selig and the steroid era.
Bob, if I gave you a choice, if I say, Bob, we got one segment to fill. Do you want to talk about basketball or baseball? What would you say?
Last segment you're ever going to do in your life, Bob.
There we go. Gun to your head. Last segment.
Can I just get killed before the segment?
No.
Shoot me before.
Basketball or baseball?
I don't need the last 15 minutes. Listen, I don't dislike basketball. I just dislike NBA and the fact that college, like with how they've set everything up. I used to sit down when I was my son's age in 6th grade.
You've got 4 sons.
I don't have 4 sons.
You have 3 or 4. Well, maybe 4. We're not sure. I'm not doing
Pretty
DNA
sure I
tests.
have a daughter.
We're not doing DNA tests on Artie. But go ahead. Athletic, blonde, but go ahead. White-legged football players. Go ahead.
Far tanner
Do your
than
thing.
me.
It's okay.
Way too tan to be my kid.
My wife's way too tan, but go ahead. We're not going to do this today, Bob.
When I was about my 6th grade son's age, even when I was in high school,
Yeah.
probably the time I was in 4th grade until sophomore, junior, I'd sit down on Saturday and watch 4 or 5 college basketball games.
Okay.
Watch them all. I'd watch Minnesota play Iowa.
Oh.
Like, I
This
mean,
Bodie get with his
I mean, for real. And I could tell you
Big
all
Ten
the
hoops.
players' names and everything going on there. And it was a lot of fun. It's just not that anymore to me. I sit there and watch them like this is not as good a product as it used to be. Maybe that was me looking at things aspirationally and hoping it to be better. But I think as they've just expanded the tournament and everything's just become about the tournament, like, why watch this? I can just see their records. I can dip in. I can watch. Plus, also, there was no social media. So if you wanted to see about the teams, you had to watch the games. Now, I can just watch a highlight package that's fed to me on my social media feed.
Another word for highlight package.
The clips.
See, Bob, you and I, 2 peas in a pod. Right? Clips.
Yeah, I understand that. But if I'm going to watch a movie, I want to see the whole thing. Watching that basketball game, I don't need to see the whole thing. And you say I don't need to see the whole movie. Well, that's fine.
I mean, I feel like, Bob, maybe you and I are more alike than you want to believe.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, I feel like that's your cool question.
But there's more to it. So that's why I would just watch that. But I used to watch a ton of NBA.
Yeah.
And then I realized like they don't even play hard anymore. And that was before. We didn't have cable growing up. So all the NBA I watched was always the stuff on the weekends where they were playing really hard, big games and things. Doesn't happen anymore. I used to watch the Inside Stuff with Ahmad Rashad.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that was
I mean,
it.
it was
You're right.
amazing.
It was.
It was before
right after Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, it was.
It was Saved by the Bell than that.
Yeah, that was my Saturday morning.
Yeah.
But that was before that they thought, hey, we'll just prepackage something with Michael Jordan that we taped in one day and feed it to you over the course of a year.
Yes, exactly.
You know,
That was an interesting call on that one.
Well, I think the call was, hey, Mike, we'd like to get you to sit down and do an interview. All right. You'll do it? Not for free. How much? Our debates went on. Yeah, I'm just going to do one. We're just sit down and do it all together.
Gonna do
Okay.
it all season? No.
No, we're just doing it all at
Do it one
once.
time.
I'm not even going to change clothes. It's just all the same thing.
Right.
And so when I shot it in July, we're heading around to February. Me and Mike are going to have the same outfits on. Just another piece of it.
Mike and Mike.
I think in their mind they thought, hey, maybe we'll be able to get Mike to come back in like around January or February and give us some new nuggets. And he said, no.
Or not.
Not unless you're going to pay me some more. And they said, well, we can't afford that because probably what he cost, by the way, his jet was pulling into West Palm is we were landing in like our prop plane coming in from the military base. And I'm thinking like that guy, like time is more valuable than money to him. He's got all the money in the world. He doesn't need any more money. He just needs more time. So why would he waste his time doing that?
I saw a stat about Jordan that he could spend $50,000 a day for the rest of his life and never go broke.
Yeah, it's assuming he doesn't make any more money too.
Right, I'm saying just like based on what he's got right now.
By the way, how long are we thinking he's going to live in that?
Oh, there's another poll question. Bodie, I'm telling you, the poll questions are coming out right now out of the woodwork. We've got a lot of them. How long will Michael Jordan live? Let's see.
Well, if you said 50 grand for the rest of his life.
Right. I'm saying that was something.
By the way, I think that's definitely underestimated significantly.
Okay, it might be more than that, but still, 50,000.
Come on.
Well, it's still a big deal.
Not really.
Wait. I don't know what you do with your day, Bob. You're not going to spend 50 grand a day.
I'm also not flying a Gulfstream
No, I
around.
understand. I'm saying though, 50 grand his day for the rest of life, like the rest of his life.
That's not even close to accurate. Yeah, that's $18 million a year. Come on, how many more years do you think? Michael Jordan sold the Hornets for like $4 billion. How many more days do you think he's going to live, dude? I think we undershot that.
He's got tiger blood. He and Sheen will still be spending money.
No, he does not. Not like Charlie Sheen. Michael Jordan could only hope to do the things that Charlie Sheen did and be able to live the life.
Sometimes I dream that he is he's me. I want to be like Charlie.
Magic Johnson,
yes.
Closer to Charlie Sheen.
That's fair. I overcame some stuff. Bob, make me smarter.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
All right, Carp.
By the way, if you want to get in a good basketball conversation, the Buckeye fan base is not all that happy with Jake Diebler right now and the men's team.
I know they're not.
And what's interesting is they've blamed a lot of it on Ross for hiring an unproven assistant. So I was like, well, the last guy they hired in football was kind of an unproven assistant.
Right.
And then the justification and rationalization came in. Well, he coached
in Michigan, Bob.
He coached under Urban Meyer and this and that and this. Okay, I said, well, how about Clemson's hiring of Dabo Swinney? He goes, and then Urban retired. He didn't get fired. It's like, well, Clemson hired Dabo Swinney after the firing of Tommy Bowden.
Mm-hmm.
And that turned out pretty well. We can argue where they're at now, but for a decade, they were, he won 2 national titles. Okay. There's only a handful of guys coaching in college football right now that have any. So, but nobody wants to sit there and look at the facts and situation of what's going on. I'm not saying they don't need to play better. I'm just saying people view things in this prism of that's a terrible decision because of this. Well, that decision has been made in a similar sense before, and it's worked out. So don't tell me that that's the reason why it was a bad decision.
Agreed.
Buckeyes.
We're doing that. After this segment, we're going to talk more about that.
And I was
can't
saying,
wait to do that.
nobody. Whenever I pull up examples, nobody wants to acknowledge them.
Wow.
Bob,
That's not a good
That's not
example.
fun.
Well, why not? It looks pretty good to me.
I just want to yell on Twitter.
Just because it contradicts your narrative?
Bob,
Do some research.
do not confuse me with facts. But speaking of facts,
Hey, don't let the facts get in the way of a good argument.
No.
All right. This date, Wednesday, February 11th, the 42nd day of the year, 323 days remaining. There you go.
42, Bobby Carpenter. I know that guy.
Sure. This date,
sure.
1794, the first session of the United States Congress is open to the public. You get the C-SPAN?
C-SPAN, yeah.
C-SPAN
No,
clips
not
of that?
Sorry.
Never had the clips of that.
I gotta go. He's arguing the bill. That's like the old kind of announcer thing, right? Let's do that.
Oh, you think that's what it was? They had like a baseball announcer.
HB1. HB1.
I don't even know if they called him HB1 back then, buddy.
But it would have been fun.
This date, 1937, the first sit-down automotive strike ends with General Motors acknowledging United Auto Workers Union. This date, 1964, the Beatles played their first U.S. concert. You know where it was, Thitoff?
No, I'm saying first U.S. concert.
Yeah.
I was going to say Shea Stadium, but it's not. I don't think.
You're on the right coast.
I'm on the right coast. I don't know where it was. I don't know, but I got to get my voice ready because I'm going to sing probably. Go ahead.
The Washington Coliseum in D.C.
Finding audio of that was not hard because the entire video concert's on YouTube.
Really?
But it was hard to find a pinpoint of 10 seconds because most of the time it was just screaming people and you couldn't actually really hear the music.
I remember hearing, I'm trying to think which artist it was talking about, though. And he was at went to Beatles concerts back then. And it ended up being a famous rock and roll guy. But he said, the place smelled like pee.
Oh, yeah.
Because the girls would go so crazy that they would lose control.
And
he said it smelled like pee everywhere.
Sounds like a weekend in Rothman's college days.
I'm not going to do that.
This day, 1966, San Francisco Giant Willie Mays becomes the highest Major League Baseball paid player at that time.
Highest paid player, not highest player.
Yeah.
Okay.
$130K a year.
Ooh.
There you go.
Big bucks. 1967, More the Monkees album by the Monkees hits number one.
I'm in love.
So is this on that one?
What's that?
More of the Monkees?
I don't know if it was or not, but I'm just telling you, it's a great song. The Monkees are underrated.
I was pretty sure it was.
Okay.
I looked it up and it said it was.
Better than the Beach Boys.
And there you go.
Wikipedia. Bob, the best part about Wikipedia, you're getting the information from people. So.
Yes.
That never could be wrong.
Go back and listen to the Monkees catalog. They've got some bangers in there, Bob, that weren't highly publicized.
Same day, released by the Turtles, Happy Together. I don't know if my singing will get us a local radio Emmy, but I hope it does. I'm sure it will.
Thank you.
1984, Wayne Gretzky sets an NHL record for shorties in a single season with 11. And on this,
R. Kelly broke it. Go ahead.
maybe. Who knows?
It's inappropriate.
He's in prison.
I know he is.
For the rest of his life, probably.
Hopefully.
Do you know what? Today's a fairly significant day in Columbus sports history.
Today is.
Yeah. You know what that? You know what
Give
happened?
me a year, and I'll tell you what happened. Maybe. Probably not, though.
It's right in the prime of your life.
Well, Dude, the prime of my life is 2025 right now. 2026. Sorry.
Individual sport.
Individual sport.
One man.
Okay, give me a year.
1990.
Individual man sport. 1990.
I can't believe you're the. I feel like you're
no. I watched it. This is the one. Yes, this is Buster over Mike Tyson.
Okay, thank you.
That's what it was. Yes, Buster beats Mike. I watched it alone. I was 18
are you
years
proud
old.
of that, or you?
No, I'm surprised because I had friends that were boxing fans. We'd usually watch fights together, but for whatever reason, this didn't work out.
Because it was in Japan overnight.
Tim May is the only person
that said he watched it with you.
No, that said he was over there for the Dispatch. The Dispatch had money. He traveled to Japan to cover the fight for the Dispatch, and beforehand
had this raw fish.
He said
sushi.
He said that they would that Buster Douglas would win the fight. He predicted it. He's the only person who predicted it in national media.
He put in cash on it.
That's a great question. I'm going to see Tim May today.
The odds were pretty steep. I mean,
he predicted it though. Okay, so John Johnson.
Let me play the clip real quick.
Okay, please.
Legs together as Buster landing these. Oh, nice uppercut by Buster Douglas. Look at this. He knocked Mike Tyson down for the first time in his career. Mike Tyson hits the canvas. He's in big trouble. He may not be able to recover. It's up to 7 and 8. He's not going to make it. Unbelievable. 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 Buster Douglas is the new heavyweight champion of the world.
I don't know if you realize how big that was, Bodie. No one had ever knocked Mike Tyson down. Not beaten him.
Yeah.
No one had ever knocked him to the ground.
Right.
And people if you go watch clips of Mike, which I don't know if you've ever seen this, his montage of his first however many fights. After dudes were scared to come out of the corner, he would come sprinting out and he would knock people out in 30 seconds. I mean, it was people would get mad about the fights because they'd pay all this money to go watch them and on pay-per-view. I mean, it was like me fighting my son.
A rather quick Google search per AI. Always a little hesitant on believing that, but 42-1 odds.
Yeah, it's 42-1. There's a 30 for 30 called 42-1 about it.
Okay.
And then, but Bob, so a couple things. When he first started, 86, when he's way young, he was on ESPN's Friday Night Fights and things like that all the time. He would fight every month because he only fought for less than a round. He'd go out there and do it.
There just blast us to death.
Goes out there to Vegas, and reportedly, his trainers did not bring in any things to fix wounds on your face. They literally had to get condoms with water in them and freeze them to ice his face, his eyes and stuff, when they were swelling
in Japan?
up. Yeah, when he's out there
You said in Vegas.
I'm sorry, in Japan. Yes, they went out there to Japan. Yes,
Because no one had ever really hit him.
No, so they had no idea how to
It was
handle it.
ring guys would just stand there and say, all right, run out. Bam, bam, bam. Okay.
See you in a minute.
Look back at the Russians. When the Russians played the United States, they was they don't know how to play when they're behind.
Yeah.
They didn't pull the goalie.
Right. They didn't. What are they doing? They didn't know how to do it when Mike Tyson was injured. And also, at the Dispatch, there's John Johnson was the trainer, and then there was a Johnny Johnson. Creativity. His son worked as a part-time employee at the Columbus Dispatch, taking box scores, high school games on the phone. And he was in the corner. And then as soon as he won the fight, I believe he quit his part-time job because, you know what? We're good now. I don't need to do anything else.
We made it.
Yes.
And then Buster got smoked against
Holyfield.
Was it Holyfield?
Holyfield beat him. Buster came in
was
way
it
fat.
Was it Riddick Bowe, or did he just fight?
No. After that, Douglas was done for a long time.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything for years and years. Then he got fat, damn near died, came back for a few fights, and he was done.
Yeah.
But he's a good dude.
Yeah, great guy.
Beechcroft, simply.
There you go. But it was huge. Bill Parcells actually referenced this, and I don't know what the story was. Well, I don't know why, but he brought this up and he was talking about this, and I didn't realize it was in Japan.
Yeah.
This happened when I was 7. I remember it being a big deal.
Right.
But he's they wouldn't even sanction it in the U.S. He couldn't find any place to put it, and started talking about it, and it was amazing, weaving this into our deal. And then I'm like, he's talking about Buster Douglas beating Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
And it was because Bill Parcells, Jersey guy, huge boxing fan. Huge boxing fan. I think that was talking about us beating someone. I forget who it was. But it was pretty good, really good.
What time was the fight local and then there?
1 o'clock, I think.
No, it was early. I think it was around, I still think they adjusted to where it was around, because I don't think I was up that late. Well, I think it was a 10 o'clock start when it got the 10 o'clock p.m. start.
And there it would have been midday, give or take.
Bodie, if you're, I don't know the time zone thing on that one, but I appreciate the fact you think I would know. But I'll look it up. Let me look. I'm going to see what time. Go ahead, Bo. Bobby, do your thing.
Okay, some more birthdays. Thomas Edison, world famous inventor, born on this day, 1847. Leslie Nielsen, one of the great actors of our day. Got some great clips out there. Born on this date, 1926.
I was on late duty one night when they brought in a badly wounded pilot from one of the raids. Could barely talk. Looked up at me and Doc, he said, "The odds were against us up there, but we went in anyway. I'm glad. Captain made the right decision." The pilot's name was George Zip.
George Zip said that?
The last thing he said to me, Doc, he said, "Sometime the crew is up against it. The brakes are beating the boys. Tell them to get out there and give it all they've got. And win just one for the Zipper." "Don't know where I'll be then, Doc," he said. "I won't smell too good, that's for sure."
That's good.
Excuse me, Doc.
Got a plane to land.
I've got a plane to land.
Win one for the Zipper. Oh, very funny. Very funny. Burt Reynolds, born on this date, 1936.
Breaker 19, breaker 19.
I believe this is smoke.
Hey, is this the bandit? This is Mr. B, and I'm gear jamming this rolling refinery. You got another smoky on the rubber?
This is the bandit, son. Can we slide right into your convoy there?
Come ahead on, bandit. We'll slip you into the rocking chair. Play a little hide and seek. The welcome mat is out, and you're coming home.
10-4. Going in the rocket chair, honey.
Good.
Is the CB still a thing?
No, because everybody has cell phones now. I'm like,
I'm wondering.
I mean, my buddy's grandpa used to have a CB. We'd sit there and listen to it all the time. We'd drive around his van. It was awesome.
I remember my grandparents had one at their house,
Yeah,
and they would just talk to truckers.
that's right.
But like
Trucker
looking
pearls.
back, it feels weird. But they had one on their pontoon boat too on Grand Lake St. Mary's,
Yeah.
and so they would communicate that way too. Sometimes, like,
Yeah.
hey, dinner's ready.
Don't
Come
have
on
a
in.
cell phone.
But yeah, so I wonder, like, are CBs still a thing? They were
Put
putting
it on the pole.
You had to be
Put it on
handled. You had to have a handle. Bodie, what would your handle be, Bobby, for a CB?
It's been my name.
Golden Boy?
Golden Boy.
How about that one?
That's what am I? Oscar De La Hoya.
I'm just saying, like, no, I think Golden Boy would be a good one for you. I think Golden Boy 42, Breaker 19,
Very
Breaker
good.
19.
My buddy used to
What's your
call
20?
me. What's your 20? What's that even mean?
That means where's your location? Where you at? That's what's your 20
Why
means.
does 20 imply location?
I don't know. I'm just telling you, what your 20 meant. What's your location?
All right. One of my buddies called me Big Fish in high school, so maybe
Big
that's
Fish?
that might be it.
There we go.
Yeah,
Big
I was
tuna.
Big
That's
Tuna.
what it is.
This is prior. This is prior to
Ate tuna one day for lunch, and ever since.
tuna. Well, my buddy they used to call me Carp, and then he's like, "How about Big Fish?" And I was like,
That's a good one
call me.
there.
It was creative. I give him that.
Breaker 19, Big Carp here. What's your 20, Kirk?
UFC Hall of Famer and WWE star Ken Shamrock turning 62 today. Jennifer Aniston turning 57.
You're not even going to watch it.
Don't tell me what I am or are not
Yes.
Oh,
doing.
what you are not doing. Let's just learn some English.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't have a grandfather on the board of some fancy college. Keyword being was, did he touch the Filipino exchange student? Did he not touch the exchange student? I don't know, Brooke. I wasn't there.
Don't start with the family stuff. Like, your family's so
Don't-
perfect.
don't,
Your brother's
God,
a
I'd be able to
perfect.
do-
Talk to me about the sexual habits of family members. What about your sister?
My sister's been through a lot.
Of dick?
There are some problems, Gary, but can we please just leave it?
Problems? She slept with the entire Arizona Cardinals offensive line. That's not problems. She's a problem.
She was on vacation.
She was on vacation.
What a great line. She was on vacation. That is one of the great scenes you'll ever find.
Yeah.
Notably was. I forgot that that's in this. He touched the Filipino.
Did he not?
That's so great. Good for him. Former Destiny Child member and actress Kelly Rowland turning 45 today. Packers running back Josh Jacobs turning 28.
Old.
And passing away on this date. It's hard to believe it's been 14 years. One of the legendary voices of our time, a star of Bodyguard as well, Miss Whitney Houston. Oh. So good.
I got a girl back because of the song. I had broken up with her and then referenced this song. And we had to get back together. Didn't end up well.
I think you missed one birthday.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Sheryl Crow, did I?
There you go. Yep.
Yeah, sorry. Sheryl Crow, 64.
64?
Yeah.
64?
This is a great song.
Kid Rock?
Yeah. Put your picture.
Yeah.
Very heartwarming song.
I ain't seen the sun in 3 damn days.
Fueling up on cocaine and whiskey.
That's good for him.
I mean, listen.
Maybe he did that and then he started singing ball with a ball to bang to bang.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever words he's saying.
Bobby, you can disagree with this. I don't think you will, though. But, Bodie, a lot of these songs we play and things like that, you will understand even more once you're married.
The Careless Whisper.
I'm just saying, when you get married, some of these songs will hit differently. Fair, Bob?
I can't look at you while I'm lying next to him. Is that the line you're talking about?
I'm just saying movies and songs will hit differently once you've been married.
It's stiff. Some holidays and observances today. Where are we at here? Oh, we've got Be Electric Day.
Oh. Boogie, woogie, woogie, woogie.
There you go. Make a Friend Day. National Make a Friend Day. How about that? Peppermint Patty Day. You like peppermint patties?
No.
My wife
Overrated.
loves a little York
Overrated.
peppermint patty. I am not a fan.
I think she also swung to the other side of the plate.
What?
I'm not even my wife?
No, I don't think your wife does. I'm saying Peppermint Patty from the Peanuts cartoons.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was
she
her
had the
name.
sandals, and I just go ahead.
It's Pro Sports Wives Day.
Oh, here we go.
Maybe that was Aaron Pierce's girlfriend's thing. She didn't want to be a pro sports wife.
Pro side chick.
Yeah, there you go. And a World White T-shirt Day. How about that? Maybe not a contest, but just wearing the white T-shirt. And those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, February 11th, the 42nd day of the year. 323 days remaining this 2026.
Well done, as always, General. Coming up next, Bobby gave us a topic for the next segment. We're going to tear up the show sheet. We'll talk about the Jake Diebler situation at Ohio State. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. You don't want to start the new year off hurting. You don't want to start off the new year getting surgery. You don't want to start off the new year dealing with trying to plan something out into the future. What you want to do is get healthy. So what you want to do is go to my friends over at QC Kinetics. Dr. Tesner and his team, the medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus, they can deliver regenerative treatments that actually help your body repair the areas that are causing you pain. Those achy knees, hips, back, shoulders, whatever it is, they can help you get ready. So instead of those invasive operations, it's going to sideline you all of the early year. Go check out our friends at QC Kinetics and see if they can help you today. Imagine moving better, being stronger, planning your year, doing what actually you want to do. So don't wait. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices located in Dublin and Gahanna, and they're ready there for your free consultation. So go check them out today.
What does it mean to give 100%? It means giving everything you've got, every single day. That's why the V Foundation gives 100% of every dollar donated directly to cancer research. So no matter what you give, we give 100% for life-saving research victories, 100% to making new discoveries that lead to innovative treatments, 100% to groundbreaking cancer research that could one day save someone you love. We know cancer research is working. Over the last 30 years, an estimated 4.5 million lives have been saved thanks to game-changing research breakthroughs. But there is more work to do. That's why the V Foundation gives 100% of every dollar donated directly to cancer research. We will always give 100% to accelerate victory over cancer.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Donate today at v.org.
Once there was a man who couldn't stand.
A mom who couldn't wait.
A scientific community that said it couldn't be done.
And then you.
And then I. And then we.
Brought neuromuscular disease into screaming color with the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
For 75 years, our voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
We've willed the impossible into existence.
We've pushed the science,
raised the funds,
shifted the narrative,
and transformed the reality of life with neuromuscular diseases.
For 75 years, we've built communities together.
established the field of neuromuscular medicine,
and made it thrive.
Call that a legacy.
Call it impact.
Call it momentum.
Just call it ours.
Because it's the generations of community heroes that give MDA the strength we have today.
And until neuromuscular disease is a thing of the past, you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Bobby, one of the great things about our show, among other things, first of all, you make me smarter in that first segment. But also then the chatters, the juicers make us smarter. Brian chimes in. What's Your 20 came from the police. It was one of the 10 codes that police used. It was originally called 1020, just like the term 10-4. When they would say 1020, that meant this person's location.
There we go.
And so when truckers were going along, I remember this. And looking back now, Bob, the fact that my grandparents would give me access to the CB.
Yeah.
As like a 10-year-old kid, these truckers were out there doing their trucking thing and talking to people. I'm going on there like as a kid. Like, hey, Bear 47, what's your 20? Any fuzz out there? Any 50s? I'm sure they appreciate it.
Is that what you would do?
I would go in there and talk to them. Yeah, I would like throw little stupid phrases out there. Yeah, to feel like, to belong to the community. I'm not saying, looking back, it was probably not wise of the grandparents or to let me do it. But yeah, I would get on the CB. And I would talk to people. We had to change the channels and all that to get different people. Bob, you brought up the Jake Diebler situation and some of the social media pressure being put on Ohio State about did they make the right call in hiring Jake Diebler. And you talked about Ross Bjork, who we both love, Ross Bjork. And I am absolutely happy with what Ross Bjork has done at Ohio State.
Okay.
I know there are people that aren't, that are upset about the things that we talked about last year, like some of the traditions in the shoe that were changed or brought in, new things, and and I think most of them hit. So get off his back for that. But the Jake Diebler thing, and you brought up some great points about unproven or untested people brought into head coaching positions. You brought up the Brian Day thing, getting the job at Ohio State and how that worked out okay. You brought up Dabo, not an established head coach anywhere else, comes in on that. Marcus Freeman, there we go. That's a good one to bring up also. I'm so shocked that Bodie brought that up.
Just kind of came to mind.
I know it did. Yeah, it's weird how some of the stuff happens. I have never questioned the decision to hire Jake Diebler.
Okay.
I do believe that no matter what happens this year, he should be here next year.
Okay.
To give him another full year. If they miss, and people say, if he misses the tournament, he should be gone. I think you give him another year still. He's bringing in a top 10 recruit next year. And looking back, Bob, I don't have a problem with the hire. I'm okay with what's transpired so far. I wish it was better, yes. But I'm not like, oh, my God, Diebler was a mistake.
Well, there are people that wanted John Calipari at that point in time.
Right. I don't want that.
And I don't know if that would have been the way to go. I don't think it would have been the right choice. I don't think the brass at Ohio State and a lot of people at the board wanted to hire someone with his laundry list of baggage.
Right.
That he would be bringing with him.
Yep.
And then also John Calipari getting here, it's not just paying him the $7 to $8 million that he would have required.
Right.
It's the NIL contribution that he would have wanted. And the reality is, Ohio State can be really good at basketball. It takes some more nuance to be good at that. Ohio State's always been a football school, and that doesn't mean that they can't be better at basketball than what they've been. It doesn't mean they can't be a national championship contender. But to think that they're going to go out there with the full weight of the way that they operate during football, and football would be fool's gold to think that. And the reality is, very few schools are even looking at that and doing that now in basketball that have been traditional basketball schools because they realize you can make more money in football.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's where all the revenue is derived. And so it's an intricate balance of trying to figure out how to have a really good basketball program and be able to fund it in a responsible way. Because you're not going to have the same degree of resources that you have for football. Like, you're not going after what's his name?
From
DeBanza.
DeBanza,
Who BYU paid a fortune to get. Like, that's just not the reality of what you're doing. Now, Ohio's got really good players, and hopefully you're going to be able to keep some of those guys, especially the big-time guys in state as they come through. But you're not going to be able to keep them all. I think the team is better this year than what they were last year. I think the product has been more consistent. Like last year, they had some really nice wins and some really bad losses. This year, they've beaten pretty much everyone they should beat. They just haven't beaten anybody that's really good.
Right. They haven't had any wins.
Last year, they had some quad one wins, but they also had some bad losses.
Yes.
This year, they don't really have any quad one wins, but they also don't have any of those bad losses. Like, they beat the hell out of Maryland. Maryland stinks.
Right, yeah.
You know?
Right.
Like, there's times you'd be like, well, like last year, I feel like they might be in a scenario where you lose to Maryland but beat Michigan. And you're like, I don't know which is better.
Right,
well, yeah. You beat Michigan, you're like, well, they were great, but you lost to a bad team. Like last year, they beat UNC. No, they lost to UNC this year. They beat UNC.
I think they beat Kentucky last year, right?
Beat Kentucky
in the CBS Classic.
Yeah, smoked them. That's what I'm saying. Like they had some big wins over traditional blue bloods last year, and then this year it's like, well, they haven't had those, but they also haven't had the ones that you scratch your head and think, what the heck was that?
Just Pitt. That would be the only
Pitt,
one.
Yeah.
Pitt one, yes, I would say yes.
Garbage,
yes,
if we're just being
really
honest
bad,
about
yes.
it. And they lost on the buzzer on that one. That's the only bad one, though. That's the only quad 3 or 4 loss that they have is Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so when you look at it, though, Bob, like, and you can look back, okay, when Diebler took over as interim coach, he started off that big win at Purdue. Purdue was number 2 in the country, I think. I think it was at Purdue.
I thought it was at the Shot.
Might have been.
I'm pretty sure it was.
It was, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so they win that one.
They won at Sparty.
Right.
On Dale Bonner.
Yes, you're right.
A 3-pointer, which, God love him. Bonner wasn't exactly Ray Allen.
As interim coach, he had some big wins there. And if they falter, if they lose a bunch more games, if they don't win that game, if they don't beat Purdue, if they look bad in that one, he might not be the head coach right now.
I don't think there's not a might.
So they almost got in the tournament.
Right, they almost got it. But I'm saying, like, his interim status, though, it got elevated to full-time status because of how he did in that short stretch.
Yeah.
I know sometimes you can look at it and say, well, interim coaches that do really well, that get the jobs, and sometimes it ends up not working out because, like, that was just a short stretch. It was a lightning bolt of a new culture, a new voice coming in, and that led to that's what spurred it.
Yeah, but he was already doing a lot with the team. It wasn't like he was someone they brought in.
No, I'm with you. But I'm saying, like, some people would look at that and say it. But by the way, Steve Fisher also was an interim coach for Michigan.
Yeah.
Led him to a title when he came in after Bill Frieder when Schembechler, I want a Michigan man coaching Michigan, and then had a decent run at Michigan, obviously, after that. There's times the interim thing works out, times it doesn't. But I think
that's what I tell people. I don't want to say just on its face,
right?
It didn't work out because he was an interim coach, or it hasn't worked out the way you want. That's revisionist history.
Absolutely.
And I don't believe in that. Like, you look at it on the facts of the case and what your expectations were. And one of the reasons they hired Jake Diebler was because of his in-state recruiting ties.
Yeah.
Which I feel like he has not disappointed in that sense.
I'm with you. And so I'm not going to make a knee-jerk reaction and say, oh, they miss it this year, he's done. No. I like where the program is headed. I think it's got a bright future. Yes, I want like hell for them to be in the tournament this year. I want that so badly for Bruce Thornton and for Diebler. I do think Diebler, I like Diebler. I do, and I hope that he succeeds here. But if they don't make it this year, I am not in the, I'm not going to, like some of the people here might have pitchforks and say, get rid of Diebler. Why don't we have Dusty May? We should have Dusty May from Michigan. All those things that you'll hear people say sometimes. I am giving Diebler another year. I think I've seen growth on this team. You look at the missteps they made in the transfer portal last year and learned from that. Much better success this year in the transfer portal as far as like what they've been able to do. I've been much happier with the guys they brought in for this year. And look, I for Thornton, who's given his heart and soul to this team,
Bruce Thornton's awesome.
I really hope he has a chance to play in the tournament this year. And who knows, maybe
will he be the best player at Ohio State never to play in a tournament game?
God, Bobby, that's show prep for me. Let me think about that one. Probably. Yeah, I think I could say that. I'm looking back just to the best players. Kellogg did, Burson did, Hobson did, D'Angelo did, Evan Turner did, right? Yeah, he probably is.
Yeah, because I was trying to think to even the end of the Holtman era, but he actually didn't miss the tournament that much. It really was just those last couple years, and even Liddell and like Branham got in there.
Yeah.
I think just one. Well, Branham was only here 1 year, but even Liddell, I think, made it. He might have even made it a couple times actually. So.
By the way,
I think you're on the right track.
I think that right there seals your poll question, Bodie, so you don't have to put it out there. I think basketball Bob is better than baseball Bob. The fact he threw that nugget out there.
I know way more about basketball.
I know,
used to watch a lot.
That was a
more
great nugget. That was a great nugget, Bob, that made me think. I had to pause on that one. No. And, he might be the best player from Ohio State. And
that might be a pretty good poll question.
You're right.
I completely agree.
We got to figure out what other good ones didn't though. That's going to require work.
It could just be
the question, yes or no.
Is Bruce Thornton?
If they miss the tournament this year, will Bruce Thornton be the best player to never make a tournament?
And then if I put no, I add my favorite little nugget, if you will, and say comment below.
Comment
you
below.
Tell me
that right there.
You do the work for me.
That's listeners. You guys do the prep on that one. You look it up. Google me.
When's they would have had to go like a
4-year stretch, a 3 or 4 year
even
stretch.
2 to 3 years, though, like obviously a lot of guys.
But if you're that good as a one and done, you're probably dragging
your team.
Like Malachi Branham, helped drag that team to a tournament. D'Angelo,
Odin, Conley.
Yeah,
I think in 1980 or 81, Ohio State was preseason number 1, and then missed the tournament.
Carolina did that a couple years ago.
Yeah, but I think all those players from Ohio State played in a previous tournament, though. So it was still a damn talented team.
Yeah, if you're preseason number 1, you probably made the tournament
the previous year. Yeah, I'm saying, even though they missed the tournament that year, I know Kellogg was the one, and he made, that's a great quick. Thompson did, Sellers did, Burson did, all those guys did. Wow. Bobby, I don't know where, because I've never been asked, I've never been told where to put the nomination box, where the nomination box is for Employee of the Month. But that right there, though, that feels Employee of the Month worthy.
Oh, we'll see.
I don't know. Unless Chops gets it.
In my
here we go.
144 months, I have secured it one time.
Yeah, but,
slightly under 1%.
That's okay. You are Employee of the Month every month on Morning Juice, except when you don't work for a month. Coming up next, we will do Quick Hitters Morning Juice.
I always tell people I was the luckiest guy in the world. I wanted to be an Army man or a fireman, and I got to do both. As a firefighter, my job was about saving lives. I never thought one day I would be fighting for mine.
After spending his career answering the call to save others, Ken was diagnosed with ALS. Now he's facing his biggest battle, for more time. For 70 years, Muscular Dystrophy Association has been answering the call to help people live longer and more independent lives.
MDA means to me hope.
MDA is leading the way for people living with ALS, muscular dystrophy, and other neuromuscular diseases by accelerating research, advancing care, and advocating to empower families like Ken's.
I wouldn't be living as good of a life with ALS if it wasn't for MDA. MDA is helping people live stronger and love longer. Learn more at MDA.org today.
Hey guys, 13-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion Jason McCourty here, and I'm the Innovation Ambassador at FAIR, Food Allergy and Research Education. I would say the most challenging thing as a parent of a kid who has a food allergy is probably the ignorance that I myself had in the beginning. I didn't know what anaphylactic shock was. I didn't know the dangers, let alone the things that she needed to be able to have a normal life. When you go to drop your kid off, and every single time in the beginning, we'd have to go through everything she was allergic to. Preparation is everything. And me, for playing football for 13 years, it was all throughout the course of the week. It's getting ready for game day. When you're on the field, you're playing for your fans. At home, you're playing for your family. My playbook, read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan. Because when my family's safe from food allergens, that's the real victory. Visit foodallergy.org to learn more.
My mom is a veteran, and she was injured in the line of duty.
I hurt my leg in a training accident when she was only 2 years old.
She had 7 different surgeries over the span of 9 years, and there were tons of complications.
I couldn't be the mom my kids needed me to be.
She missed so much.
After my last surgery, I got an infection so bad I thought it was going to kill me.
I told her she couldn't leave me yet. There was still so much she had to see. I hadn't even graduated.
I'm doing much better now. I may have lost my leg, but I've gained so much. I'm an active part of my kids' lives.
She can kick a mean soccer ball.
DAV's been there for me and my family. Through thick and thin, they've had our back.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans like Sandy get the health and disability benefits they've earned so they can achieve victories great and small.
My victory is getting my life back. I got my joy back.
We got our mom back, thanks to DAV.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Bobby played for the Dallas Cowboys. Tito wears assless chaps.
I'm dead sexy.
You're locked into Morning Juice.
It is Morning Juice. I am Tito. He is Bob. Don't let's say anymore. Let's do quick hitters. Come on.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
All right, fellas, happy Wednesday. We'll start here. A little bit of college football. Saw this one from CBS Sports yesterday. What are the most important non-conference games of this upcoming year? CBS Sports gave their top 6. Here's what they listed, just in order of the week that the games played, not necessarily 1 to 6. But week 1, they went Louisville and Ole Miss. Week 2, no surprise here, Ohio State going on the road to Austin and facing the Texas Longhorns. Also in week 2, Oklahoma goes on the road, and they're in Ann Arbor to face Michigan.
Wait. Bob, I just want you to be prepared. When he reads this list, there might be a team predominantly featured.
Listen, when you're not in
just
a conference.
So you know. Go ahead. Do your
every
thing.
game is
fine.
non-conference. And then week 7, Notre Dame's at BYU. Week 10, Miami's at Notre Dame. And then I was surprised this one made the cut. But week 12, SMU at Notre Dame. I think those are the first 2 times those 2 schools will play one another. But nevertheless, Carp, want to focus on Ohio State, Texas here. Ohio State could have lost the game last year and still gotten in. But the game definitely kind of kicked Texas out.
Yeah.
And I think we could see a similar situation this year where the winner of that game is going to be in really good shape. Loser's not done, but
it'll be interesting. Ohio State's schedule is so tough this year, especially at the top, assuming everything holds, that I'm curious if they could be the first 9-3 team to get in. Because they have 5 really pretty significant games.
Yeah.
And if you win 3 of those or win 2 of those and lose 3, and they're like close and you're not getting blown out in the other ones, I mean, could you be a 9-3 win plus teams, which I think that they will be, and some of them will probably be 10-11 win teams. Like that should be a pretty robust schedule, and that'll be a good litmus test, because if that's the case, like Ohio State doesn't get in, I think people will start looking at that, because Texas's schedule that last year was pretty weak.
Yeah.
Like it was fairly soft.
I don't know. I mean, they played Georgia, Oklahoma. They played Vanderbilt. It was pretty strong. The biggest thing that killed them was that Florida loss.
Yeah, the Florida loss.
Like if Ohio State goes 9-3 this year, but one of those losses is to who I don't even know off the top of my head. Who are
Northwestern?
One of the bad Big Ten teams that they play. Like it'll kill them. But if Texas had maybe flipped the Florida loss for a I don't know, Vanderbilt loss or whatever.
Right.
They might have still been up against it, but it probably would have helped them a little bit more. They also, they needed overtime to beat Kentucky and Mississippi State. They
had some
situation. Ohio State needs to kill all the other teams that they should kill.
So that's the problem with Texas. They struggled against some bad teams, lost to a bad team. And that overtime. Yeah, you mentioned overtime at Ole Miss in that stretch. Vanderbilt, Georgia. They beat up Arkansas. They did beat A&M, which was a good one, but they went 9-3. And you think like, okay, but it'll be a good litmus test to see. That's the only reason I'm a proponent of maybe like the 16 team is you won't lose those non-conference games, because I think everybody's looking at this saying, why should we hold these on the schedule if losing that game by scheduling that game, and there's in theory 50-50 chance, like if you do lose it, how much are you going to get penalized for that?
So, Bob, we sit here on February 11th, and we know February 11th last year, we would have looked at Ohio State's schedule as Penn State game. Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. But on February 11th, right now, we look at it. And you sound like you're confident that at USC, is tougher than at Iowa. Is that fair to say or not?
I don't know. If
I don't know. I don't know if I'm confident in that or not. I don't know which one.
I mean, Iowa almost beat USC at USC. Now
Right.
it was a slop fest and it was a rainy game, but it wasn't like they went out there and got embarrassed. I mean, it was a good game. Iowa was 8-4 this year.
Yeah. Sounds right.
And I think if they could have found a way to pull like an Iowa or Oregon or a USC upset, you get a couple of those games flipped, then all of a sudden I think they're a fringe playoff team.
One of the things I hate about what sports media,
beat Indiana.
Yes, what sports media does is, well, look, that's all. This team in the history is 37-42 at that place, when it really doesn't matter because of the fact the personnel changes all the time. But when it comes to Iowa, I still have this. I've seen bad stuff happen at Iowa. That's why
it's a tough place to play.
That's what I want. Like I wonder, sometimes in the media, we or they. Those people, not us. We're smarter than that. But they'll go, lifetime, this team is this in this place, but I feel like Iowa's a real thing.
That doesn't matter. Well, Iowa, I think that there is they've got a good home field advantage.
Right.
Like Indiana never really did.
Right.
So I think like Oregon, like there's schools where I think location does matter. And especially like a particular school, and if their coach has been there for a while, like
sure.
And like their coach's record there, I think that plays into it as well.
I look at it and I don't want Ohio State to lose 3 games, but if they do, I want to see what happens. You know what I mean? Like if they have 3 losses to those teams, I'm curious to see how the committee will handle that. So although I don't want 3 losses, I also want to see how the committee, if they will be.
I like it. I want to see it in the hands of the committee.
Yes.
I don't think you do, Tito.
I know you don't.
I don't think you do either, but
you're right.
Account witness here. To the Major League of sports here. I was going to say NFL, but actually, no, this is more NBA. Late on Sunday night, the city of Seattle had to be feeling pretty good about life. Their Seahawks whipped the Patriots in Super Bowl 60 as they took home their second Lombardi trophy in the last dozen or so years. And if any of those folks checked Twitter later on that night or maybe the next morning, news got even better for the city of Seattle because Brad Townsend, who covers the NBA and Mavericks for the Dallas Morning News, posted the following on Twitter late on Sunday night, quote, "Think it's going to be an extra great year for Seattle. I'm hearing the NBA Board of Governors is likely to vote on expanding by 2 teams this summer, with Las Vegas and Seattle favored. This has been rumored to be happening in recent years, but has never quite materialized, so we'll have to see if Townsend's reporting is right on this one. Of course, Vegas, this would be their first NBA team, so it'd be a new franchise there. But Seattle, very famously, lost theirs to Oklahoma City, starting with the 2008-2009 NBA season. Tito, would you like to guess where Oklahoma City, I should say, the Thunder rank as far as best win percentage since that 2008-9 season?
They got to be top 10.
They are second behind only the Boston Celtics.
There we
of
go.
Course,
now
they've
like
made
this.
the finals twice and won it once. So good for Sonics fans if they get their team back because they are more than deserving for that to happen, Tito.
Bob, I loved it when Seattle had a team. I think it sucks.
Sean Kemp.
They were taking away the glove, Gary Payton, Jack Sikma, the big white perm blonde guy. Tom Chambers.
Oh,
another one there. And although I want Seattle to get another team, it's interesting to me when you look at teams that, like cities that had teams that they lost multiple times. Like, St. Louis used to have the Cardinals in NFL.
They lost
them.
them.
They lost them. Then they got the Rams.
They lost them.
Lost them. Would you give St. Louis another team right now? Atlanta in the NHL. Atlanta for a long time, for about 9 years, they had the Atlanta Flames that then moved to Calgary. They were called the Flames, not the Flamers, but anyway, they went to Calgary.
Little Richard, their mascot?
That could have been. Then they got the Thrashers.
Oh.
And the Thrashers ended up going to be the Winnipeg Jets, who had lost the Winnipeg Jets before that to another. So, like, you look at these cities sometimes that lose teams multiple times or lose a team in the first place. And I wonder, is there any pause going back to them? Like, Arizona wants a hockey team again. They had the Coyotes.
Oh, why wouldn't you want to bring them back? They were playing in, like, Arizona State's practice facility
but
at
they're
the
talking
end.
about it being another NHL expansion city potentially.
I don't remember all the details though, and I guess this probably happens with most pro franchises that move. But wasn't Seattle like host in this whole deal when they went to OKC.
They were.
And like I said, I'm sure that probably happened a lot.
Well, some of it's like they just want a new building and they won't get one, so they threaten and threaten and threaten. Eventually, you got to pay off on that threat.
Yes.
That's the problem.
Watch this.
It's like, hey, we're going to leave. We're going to leave. You're not going to go to Oklahoma City. You just watch us. We're going to leave. Get us a new one. It's like, well, crap. Now we got to go to Oklahoma City.
Right.
Like we drew a line in the sand. And the Seattle, they were well attended, if I'm not mistaken, out there.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like the Sonics have always been like a pretty.
They were good.
Not the Celtics or Lakers,
Hey,
but
look, it was so well known that Ice Cube put it in a rap. Last night, the Lakers beat the Supersonics.
They had Detlef Schrempf.
Detlef Schrempf?
Schrempf, the Frenchman.
Yes. Yeah, German.
Gary, is he German?
Yeah.
Then they had Gary Payton.
One of the two. Gary Payton, yes.
You know, Sean Kemp.
The
Sleepy Sam Perkins.
Great colors too.
What's that? Great color. Yeah, you're
Hopefully, did they leave the name there? Like, will they come back as the Sonics?
I think they get it. I can't stand when people go, Oklahoma City, second title in franchise history last year. No. You won one title in Oklahoma City.
I want Supersonics instead of Sonics. So they were Supersonics and switch it to Sonics. But it used to be the Supersonics. That's the one I want.
Super. Yeah. You don't call him just man.
Exactly.
He's Superman.
Superman. Right. Exactly. Man. Yeah, it'd be lame. Coming in next, we still got 2 months of NBA. Oh, Bobby, here we go. We've still got 2 months of NBA regular season play.
Speaking of the NBA.
Do you care?
But we know one player with an incredible streak. That's not a great tease, Bob. Will not be all NBA. That's next. Morning Juice.
It's truck season at Germain Toyota, and the deals are about as tough as the trucks. Get into a new 2026 Toyota Tundra with $299% financing for up to 72 months plus $1,000 in Toyota Financial Services finance cash, or lease a 2026 Tacoma SR5 for just $289 a month for 39 months, 10,000 miles per year, and $36.99 due at signing. Power, reliability, and offers that work as hard as you do. Visit Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road, or check them out online at germaintoyota.net.
Hey everybody, it's Berm from the Austin and Berm Show on 97.1 The Fan. There are a lot of reasons that we should be working to get healthier and happier in our lives, but one of the unexpected benefits of losing weight, my wife no longer elbows me in the ribs at 2 a.m. I didn't realize how bad the snoring had gotten until it's gotten better. And that's the kind of change I'd hoped to achieve when I lost 35 pounds with Awaken 180 weight loss. 35 pounds down in just 6 weeks and officially under 200 pounds for the first time in 25 years. That number still feels fake when I say it out loud, but it's real. And what's just as real is how good everything else feels. There are no joint flare-ups. I'm moving around a lot better and never feels like a chore. I'm aware of when things feel wrong, and I'm also aware when things feel right. Thanks to my Awaken 180 coach, Mandy, I've learned how to eat, how to adjust, and now I'm heading into maintenance with a plan. That's what Awaken 180 really does. It teaches you how to keep going once the weight is gone. Free support for life with the solution for weight loss. Go to awaken180weightloss.com.
While serving in Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. Today, I'm a sculptor. Now, my fingers are my eyes. I'm Michael Naranjo. As a veteran, I know the challenges of life can be great. In my art, turning a lump of clay into something beautiful, that is worth doing. Life is like that. We each must use what we can to make things better.
DAV helps veterans like Michael get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
Now, I show others how they can create something with their own hands. I know it can do a lot of good. With support from DAV, more veterans can shape their lives into a thing of beauty. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
Michael Naranjo, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Wounded Warrior Project helps post 9/11 veterans and their families realize what's possible. With support and resources that bring warriors together and empower them to become stronger, both inside and out.
It's possible to begin healing.
To get the help you need.
To find peace.
And as each warrior's needs evolve, so do we. Because these last 20 years are just the beginning. Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/possible.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio's sports destination. One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town? The opportunity to work alongside them as partners, whether you're a small business or a large operation. Riverside Bank of Dublin, they've got the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area, and they'll help you reach your goals. So whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Bob, sometimes they put rules in place because of a select few. And it affects sometimes people that aren't part of that select few.
Rules for thee and not for me.
There you go. That's a good way to put it. And they put all the load management crap in the NBA, where guys would sometimes sit out the second half of a back-to-back or just whatever. And so the NBA put the rule in place that if you miss 18 games of the regular season,
yep,
you are not eligible for postseason accolades.
I like it.
MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, whatever, Comeback Player of the Year.
Oh,
All NBA.
I think they changed that to the Kim Kardashian award.
That could be, yes. That's a good call by you. So you have to play 65 games.
Maybe they changed that to the Marv Albert Award, actually.
It could be that. God, if Marv Albert and Kim Kardashian got together, what would happen next?
Those stiletto spikes in your back would feel like.
LeBron James sat out last night. Now, LeBron James.
Put your gear on, LeBron.
Does not strike me. And I know there's been load management games for him. He's not striking me as somebody who abuses that rule.
Striking you now.
The fact he missed his 18th game last night means he can no longer be considered for All-NBA.
He's 47 years old.
I understand.
Not really. He's 42.
He's had 21 straight years where he's been on one of the All-NBA teams. And now, 21 straight years, he can't do it. Even though this year he's averaging 21.8 points, 5.7 rebounds, 6.9 assists, still a good enough for an All-NBA third team.
That's what I'm saying. So fine. And I get why they have this rule in place, to get guys to play. The thing is, I mean, he is literally like it's the barbershop in Coming to America. I mean, LeBron is.
I think we got to pick LeBron James.
Exactly, LeBron James.
Marciano.
LeBron James is 100 years old.
Yes,
he is. There are guys in there. His son is old enough to play in the NBA. No, he's not good enough, but he's old enough.
Well, did you see what happened last night?
Don't tell him that.
His son
Wait,
last
did
night.
his son go back to USC?
No, not yet. His son had a hell of a game last night, though, Bob. His son, because they were without no DeAndre Ayton,
they sat
no
a lot of
Luka,
people.
no LeBron,
Reeves.
all hurt. Yes, Reeves was out also. But last night he had they got their butts kicked by the Spurs.
Well, yeah, because he's scoring in garbage time, dude.
Yeah, Wembanyama had 25 points in the first quarter in that game.
Yeah. He ended up with Wembanyama had 40 points in 26 minutes.
Wow.
Bronny had 12 points in 25
Should have
minutes.
went for Wilt.
Yes. I wish they would.
You were saying 12 points is a hell of a game.
25
now?
minutes for Bronny? Yeah, for Bronny.
Well,
okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, never mind.
LeBron, like I said, 21 straight years on one of the All-NBA teams.
It's a remarkable
Do you know
run.
what's second? What the number is?
I would say Kareem.
Not Kareem.
Really?
Nope.
Is it another Laker?
It's another Laker.
Kobe.
Yeah.
You want to guess how many straight years he was?
16?
15. You're very close, yes. So
Yeah,
21 is the
Basketball
record
Bob.
now. Basketball Bob. I had no idea, Bob. When I signed on to this show with you, I had no idea I'd get Basketball Bob. Like I said to Fish, he's just a football guy. No, he's not. Hold his beer.
Especially if you get into 90s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s basketball. It's
Karl
really where I
Malone.
live.
Karl Malone was next with 14, and then Tim Duncan and Shaq with 13. I don't know what the rules were with Kareem or if there was maybe one or two teams. I'm not sure.
Karl Malone gets Father's Day of the Year award.
I don't know why more people don't talk about that, by the way. He gets a pass on that stuff, doesn't he? Do you think he gets a pass?
I 100% think he gets a pass.
That's
Nobody really
ridiculous.
talks about it. And I didn't even know about it until like 5 to 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was a bad thing with Karl Malone. The mailman did deliver back then, but it was not the kind of delivery you thought it would
If
be.
I can change and you can change,
he did not
everybody
at all.
can change.
Anyway, so do you like that rule in the NBA?
Yes. Because here's the problem. I don't like the rule, but I like what I like the purpose of it.
Okay.
Because it gets these guys to play.
Sure.
Like, you don't have that rule in the NFL. You're just like, man, he's missed too many games. He's not going to be able to win MVP. Or he's not going to be able to do this.
Well, there's no load management in the NFL.
That's my point.
Yeah.
When they go to 18 games, they might need to start.
See, now I've heard I've heard like suggestions, ideas about that, Bob, that if they go to 18 games, that you can only play 16 or 17.
Oh, yeah,
like
that's what they're going to want to do.
I don't think that'll happen, but like that was one of the...
So here's how I tell people. They're just going to give you that whole week off. It's not just the game. It's the practice.
Right.
It's everything leading in. Also, you only play in 17. So you're going to pay me for 17 then?
Right.
But I'm here for 18 game weeks.
Right.
You're just going to let me go, have vacation.
Hang out.
Everybody picks everybody picks their games. So like when they want to
Right, when they want to sit out, yeah.
By seniority,
Thanksgiving, I'm not
the
playing.
draft on that.
Yeah, right.
Who gets to pick their weeks? Are we just going to concede? Maybe everybody just concedes 1 week and just don't take the L.
Like I wish
just throw like another bye. Let's take the loss.
2 straight weeks in a row. Have it next to the bye.
Yeah. I'm not going to play in the international game. I can't go to Germany.
Justin Jefferson's like, I'll see you guys when you get back to Minnesota.
Right, come on back, yeah. I understand the spirit of the rule, Bob, why they did it in the NBA, but like LeBron, though, is not a load management abuser like some other guys are. I don't think he is.
You go back and look at some of the history of him. There was times where he missed like 8 to 10 games. Now listen.
He's always been eligible All-NBA, though.
Well, they didn't always have this rule in place either.
I understand that, but Bob, it also he's
you go back and look
plus.
at Michael Jordan, how many games he played every year.
No doubt. Yes. No, it's a totally different game. You're right. Yes. But LeBron, though, the fact he's in his 40s, like I give some grace to him on load management that I wouldn't give to, say, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think you have to take that into account. I know you can't have this moving target on what the rule is, but
I don't know. Like after maybe your 15th season, you qualify for a couple more games.
There we go. Now we're
maybe
talking
after
about
like
yes.
18, you
now
have to pick up a couple
22
more
games you could miss and still be there.
That, and I would also say, I do think there has to, and I have no idea how you manage this. I really don't. But I do feel, I can't help but wonder if there needs to be something that it's like, if you had such and such injury and you missed a month straight.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, like,
don't count that against him.
How can you hold that against Jokic? Like, he hyperextends his knee. They thought he might have been done for the year.
Right.
And if he doesn't miss any other games or he misses 1 or 2, maybe in April when they have their seed locked up and he sits a couple games, which is like, that's not load management. That's just like, what are we doing? Like, they're locked into the 3 seed. But, you sprain an ankle. And like I said, I don't know how you gauge that because it's like, guys are always going to be a little banged up here and there. And how much, could he have played? Yeah, exactly. Well, what if he plays?
Like Giannis this year.
Yeah, like there
Giannis
are guys that
shutting
it's
down
just
the rest of the year.
Which and he's obviously not going to even come close to qualifying for that stuff.
Right.
But there's probably got to be some sort of give and take with legitimate injuries versus Kawhi Leonard, who is just perpetually injured.
Bob, I don't know if this will surprise you or not. And I'm concerned about Bodie's health.
Surprised, Bob.
Yes, surprise basketball, Bob. Because he did not bring this up in Quick Hitters, and I'm shocked he did not. As you might be able to assume, it involves Notre Dame. But it looks like next
Marcus Freeman leaving?
Not this upcoming season. Villanova and Notre Dame will open the 2026-2027 college basketball season with a game in Rome.
Ooh.
Sounds good. Villanova's Catholic University, correct?
Yes,
pretty sure. Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
Pope
back
Leo,
to the homeland.
Pope Leo the 14th.
You'll be the official.
Is a Villanova alum.
Ooh.
I didn't know that. So Villanova and Notre Dame, men's and women's teams are going to play each other, it looks like, to open up the season on Sunday, November 1st as part of a doubleheader. Normally, you can't start the season until November 2nd now for the upcoming season. But the NCAA, it says, according to CBS Sports, quietly approved a waiver in January to allow the teams a one-day head start, given the historic precedent of the games.
So they just signed it without saying anything?
Yes, it was
versus
very quiet.
Screaming it?
They signed it in parentheses. So they're going to play there in front of Pope Leo the 14th.
He's the only one.
Is he what? The only
He's
one?
The only one watching?
Audience of one.
Yeah, it's going to be one guy there.
Kim Jong-un.
Right, yes.
Sit there.
The wave
one
will,
game for him.
The wave will not have the effect it normally has on
Would
that
you say
one.
Halloween weekend?
November 1st.
Okay.
It's a Sunday. Yeah, I guess the day after Halloween.
I believe we play Navy in Boston College on Saturday. I'm sorry, play Navy in Boston on Saturday. So
in Fenway, or is it? Or is it?
No,
Foxborough?
I think it's at Gillette. Yeah,
I got you.
Which I got to be honest with you, Tito. Probably going to be a little more locked into that.
You know what?
Maybe
I'm
you
not
can go
gonna
see
lie
them
to you.
all. You can just fly to Gillette. Boston probably has some directs over there to Europe.
I'm sure.
As I start to think about it, it has to be at Foxborough because there's a chance the Red Sox will still be playing postseason baseball. I would think October 31st, November 1st.
That'd be
that time.
like World Series.
That'd be a World Series. It would be, yes. Hope springs eternal. But anyway, so they're going to play that game there. I think it's kind of cool they're doing it, Bob.
Yeah, I think that's great. Like that really fits both of those schools. I mean, they're both Catholic institutions, universities. You go over there, you do this. Great that they're granting them a waiver. I mean, I don't know how many people are going to be watching that, in the thick of college football and NFL the next day, but maybe.
Sturla Holm Legreed. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right or not. Does that name mean to you, Bobby?
I don't even know what you said.
Exactly. He's a biathlete for Norway, and he was competing in the Winter Olympics yesterday. He wins the bronze in the 20-kilometer biathlon, which is shooting and skiing.
It's the best.
Yeah, shooting.
I mean,
skiing.
you know what I call that?
It's the Bond.
I mean, that is like a Bond. I mean, that is like a 1980s or 90s like thriller. Like, dude, you're tracking somebody in the snow and you're like laying down and shooting them with a rifle, like in the Arctic as they're trying to escape.
Like Mark Wahlberg.
I mean, there is no more practical, I think, two sports that you could combine outside of maybe if they had some sort of like mile, like a 400 with like a pistol sprint where you have to shoot at things while you're running around the track. Like you're literally sprinting without slowing down, Bodie. Bam, you're shooting at a target. Bam, you're shooting at a target. Like, dude, this is great. This is going to qualify me for like the next, Stallone. Yeah, the next Schwarzenegger Stallone thriller. I'm just sprinting and boom. Like I can shoot with accuracy at a dead sprint from 20 yards away.
Here's the question I have. I almost said curious there, Bodie, but I stopped myself.
Whiskers.
That's okay. If I decided today, Artie, I want you to train. I know you're 9 to be a biathlete. We're going to Mad River Mountain. I'm giving you a loaded pistol.
I don't think you understand. It's cross-country skiing. It's not downhill.
Oh, downhill be better, though.
Why not have downhill and they shoot the targets like...
Nonetheless. Okay, then maybe it's cross-country. Okay.
Why when you're ski jumping, you can do distance and accuracy, and they can shoot at targets while they're in the air.
Alrighty, we're going to go around UA on your skis.
We only got a couple more days.
I understand.
It was great when I woke up and the snow is still melting this morning.
Oh, yeah. It's like, did it rain yesterday? Nope. It was just so warm.
Okay.
Snow's gone.
Legreed. That's not the right way to pronounce it. In the interview afterwards, Bob, he won the bronze. Big moment, I would say. Right? You win a bronze medal? It's a big deal.
Not if you work. It's all about expectations.
Speaking of expectations, he admitted in the interview that he cheated on his girlfriend.
Oh, I heard about this.
I told her a week ago, and it's been the worst week of my life. I had a gold medal in life. There's probably a lot of people out there who look at me differently now, but I only have eyes for her. Sports has taken a bit of a back seat these past couple of days. Yeah, I wish I could share this with her. Pleading with her. I'm not ready to give up. I hope that committing social suicide might show her how much I love her. I accept the consequence of what I've done. I regret with all my heart. Maybe I'm dumb as a rock. I'm a member of Mensa.
What?
That's what he said. I'm a member of Mensa, but I still do stupid stuff.
That's amazing. I love that you just dropped the humble brag.
Right,
in
the
there.
Mensa thing. Right. Look, Bob.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton.
I agree with you, Bob. I'm a member of Mensa, but I still do stupid stuff. Is a great quote, though. That's like a T-shirt worthy quote.
Yeah.
Because I'm a member of Mensa, I still do stupid stuff. That's saying something right there. But he took the moment, though, winning the bronze medal, to tell everybody in the world, or whoever listened who does sports talk radio shows in Columbus, Ohio, from 6 to 8 a.m., Monday through Friday morning juice, that happens. But he took that opportunity, though, to say, hey, I cheated on her. I messed up.
I mean, I give him a lot of props for really putting it out there. Do we think it would have been better if he got the gold?
I think that if I'm her, I'm like, if you'd have won the gold and did this, yeah, but you won the bronze. So I'm not really, I don't think it's
he won
sincere.
the bronze because he was so torn up the whole week.
Right, but then it's like, you know what? I don't know. Begs ex-girlfriend to take him back after cheating. I don't know if
I give him credit for putting himself out there.
Yeah.
But Bob,
what's the worst that could happen?
Well, the worst that happens is you gave up an opportunity. You could have doubled down.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
if there's proof, though.
Well, no, there's proof.
What do
that's
you mean
fine.
double down? How do you double down?
How do you double down? You don't apologize for it. You say, "You know, I'm a bronze. I got a bronze medal." You go find another man who's won better than a bronze, and I'm okay with it. Like, I would just say that. You're Norwegian. You won a bronze.
Oh, that's gonna.
I would think you got your choice of you get your pick and litter. Norwegian now. Norway now.
Maybe Sweden too.
I said Norwegian. Yes. Maybe you do though, Bob. I'm just saying that it's if she takes him back now, it's a brilliant move. If she doesn't, you look lame because you're never going to win another medal in your life.
Why not?
Well, he said she was his gold medal.
And that part, by the way, is also
two-time medalist.
Right. If you
the
would have
Olympics.
Right. If you would have made a rhyme out of it somehow, a poem, maybe not just, she's my gold medal. If you could find a way to make it in some kind of like a soliloquy, if you will. First time the word's ever been used on Morning Juice.
For us?
Oh, no. We used the term soliloquy here before.
No, you haven't.
Oh, haiku. Yeah. Schlegs always would bring up. I talk about soliloquies all the time because that was one of my favorites in what they would do in Saved by the Bell when they'd sit there and pause and turn and address the camera and give this soliloquy. Like I was reading Shakespeare.
It's just, I don't know. It feels like, yes, if she does take it back, then, it worked out beautifully. It'll be a great love story. If she doesn't, though, he'll be on a drunken rage probably in Norway, and somebody else will
turn into Aaron Pierce.
No, not Aaron Pierce. That's a bad story, dude.
I don't know. There's a handful of bad stories.
That's a bad one, dude.
Maybe we could. Hey, you know what? We could maybe rank our bad football stories from over the weekend. What are your thoughts on that?
Maybe that's a tomorrow segment.
That'd be a fan poll if previous called instances hadn't happened.
Trying to think what Bodie meant by that.
Well, I've tried to put polls out there.
Oh, yeah, sure. You're fair. Okay, now I got you. Yeah, we've had some really good ones, some bangers that didn't actually get to come to fruition.
Yeah,
because
it took 7 police officers to restrain him. Have you seen the video of that?
I haven't seen the video.
I mean, the guy had 10.5 sacks. He's good at avoiding a.
It was James Pierce, right?
James Pierce. James Pierce. Sorry.
Yeah.
Pearce.
Yeah, it's the weird Pierce. Yeah, okay. Pearce is what it was. Yes, first round pick.
You know, watch it. They had a video of him. He was in outside of near a police station. I want to say.
Wow.
Did he end up hitting a police officer's car or nudging one?
Yeah, that may have been part of it.
Yeah, I did. If he hit, I know we say hit and nudge.
Yeah, no. Listen, I think he was. Yeah, I don't know what was going through his mind at that time.
Well, I don't know that he did either.
Yeah, and it was a WNBA player. Was his the woman in question? Yes,
his ex-girlfriend.
Yes,
who he had been tracking and stalking.
Okay, so there's your poll question. There's your poll question, Bob. What is the better way to win back your love? James Pierce's way or this Norwegian guy's?
Oh my gosh!
There's your poll question.
I would love to listen to Bo read that.
Like which one's a more effective way? Weeping on worldwide television, weeping about and admitting you cheated on her and you want her back and she was your gold medal girl, or stalking her and assaulting police officers to try to show your love for her.
I would do anything for love.
Yeah, and he would do it. He would, yes. I think Pierce would do anything for love.
To be honest, watching this video, this guy could have been Lawrence Taylor if he could have just channeled the energy a little stronger to the left tackle he'd face every Sunday.
Well, don't worry. They gave up 2 first rounds and a second round to draft him last year. I remember
that's tough.
The way I stumbled upon that video, it's like Atlanta Falcons fans after realizing you get your all-star, your all-star DN who had 10.5 sacks that you give 2 1s and a 2-4 is never going to play football again.
Right.
And I'm like, and I was like, what is this? And I'm like, oh. Because I was over there, I was off my phone talking to the different troops and doing things and I saw that the next day. I was like, this looks bad.
Yeah, you'd be right.
Let me read some more. Let me find out some more details.
And then it was like, oh,
not getting any worse, not getting any better. Only getting worse.
We're gonna get better though, not worse. Not yet. We are going to get better, not worse. We're going to be joined by Austin Ward. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
Miss Fernandez, what are those tiny things?
Those are what we call amoebas. You can only see them through a microscope.
Wow.
Today's students are tomorrow's great thinkers and innovators. But right now, there's a funding crisis in public schools. Millions of kids go to schools that don't have funding for books, computers, and so much more just because of where they live. You can help change that. Donors Choose is a nonprofit that lets you support students and teachers in your community and beyond. You choose which supplies to support. You could provide first graders with pencils and paper, or other students with their first chapter books, help a music class get a guitar.
You could even supply a classroom like mine with a science project. But what you're really giving is the moment that sparks a brighter tomorrow.
To learn more, please visit DonorsChoose.org. That's DonorsChoose.org. Choose students. Shape the future.
I slept in a lot of different rooms, different beds, but none of them really felt like mine. I spent 14 years in foster care, mostly in group homes. And I never had much stuff because I always had to be ready to move. Why get things if you just have to let them go?
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care waiting to be adopted. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is working to help find them a forever family and a permanent home of their own.
Now I have my own room with walls that tell my story. I love hanging out in here. I play dress up with my sisters and I sing and make videos. But the best part, knowing I'll always have a place to go and a family that loves and supports me.
If you have room in your home or your heart, see how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Morning Juice. Time for this guy.
A guy who considers himself the mayor of Laramie, Wyoming, who holds the shuffleboard record at the Ranger, and most impressive, the commissioner of the Central Ohio Two-Man Scramble League. Here's Austin Ward.
Austin Ward joins us now. And Austin, in life, when I'm wrong, I typically admit I am wrong, except to my wife. She will tell you about that if you want to have a conversation with her. I'm really bad at admitting I'm wrong to my wife. When you first said that you think Ohio State and Alabama won't happen, as a fan, not as a professional, as a fan, I accused you of looking for clicks. The more we get into it, though, Austin, it feels like you might be right. I know Feinbaum now has jumped on with you and say doesn't think it will happen. Has anything changed, or do you still think that this is the way that Ohio State, Alabama, this home and home, will not take place?
I don't really see how it would benefit either Ohio State or Alabama to play it. So, again, I am speculating on that. I am not reporting that both sides are in the midst of negotiations to walk away from it. I want to be clear about that. I think the way that everything is trending with the SEC going to 9 conference games, with the lack of benefit in terms of strength of schedule to either party, with the way that the College Football Playoff Selection Committee looks at teams, and with an expanded field, It does not necessarily help you. The seeding, people have said, well, what if that secures you a first-round bye? Well, that has proven to no longer actually be a benefit in terms of television inventory. Tony Petitti could look at this and say that there's not great benefit for these non-conference matchups that are going to ESPN and ABC. Again, none of these things are like, it's not one factor that would lead to you not wanting to play these games. It's all of them pointing in a direction that these are not the games that need to be played. And I certainly understand, from your vantage point, Tito, from the fans who think that these non-conference games are the fabric of college football, that they're great to watch, that they help strengthen the game. I certainly understand where you're coming from, and I'm not arguing against it. I am just saying the way that the calculus works for these is that they need to actually be providing something tangible down the road. And I've always said that more conference games are better. I think that the Big Ten needs to go to 10, at least. I've said previously, I think that the Big Ten should play all conference games since there's 18 teams in their league and they only play 12 games. It makes the qualification standards and the tiebreakers more challenging when you have unbalanced schedules. Don't play even close to a round robin and you have 5 home games and 4 road games. I think that needs to be addressed in the future. And then that takes away one more opportunity to play some of these non-conference games. Beyond that, though, if you say, well, if you don't ever play these teams from the other conferences, like college football loses its identity. That's what the college football playoff is for. You're going to see Ohio State playing Alabama's or Georgia's or Texas's every single year as long as they're in the college football playoff. And the Buckeyes, way more often than not, are going to be there. So those games won't disappear. They will have stakes attached to them in terms of a championship game. So, it's not that I want to be right or anything like that. I think it's the reality of where this has to go as everyone alters their schedules for the future.
So one of the things, though, I went on yesterday with one of the stations in Alabama, which I do about once a month. And I asked the gentleman that was on there, who's pretty tied in, because he's like, I haven't heard anything. He's like, if they say anything on your end, I'm like, I think Ross Bjork said that as of now, that's still on point, and Bama has not reached out. And my friend on there brought up the fact that in the new SEC scheduling model, with everything they agreed to, they are required to play a Power 4 team or Notre Dame in the non-conference every year. And in that year, Alabama does not have one. And given the fact that it's only a couple years out, I don't know that they would be able to pick up another Power 4 team that would be someone that, even if it's a lesser team than Ohio State, would have an open schedule and date at that point in time.
Yeah, that's part of the conversation as well, Bob. But we know that these particular brands, Ohio State and Alabama, have a lot more ability to move heaven and earth and pay a lot more for their non-conference scheduling than just about anybody else. So, I know Ohio State would not be interested in this. Like, let's just game that out hypothetically. If you have to replace it with a Power 4 opponent, Ohio State playing someone like Vanderbilt or Mississippi State is not the kind of approach that they've taken. They're either playing the very top of Power 4 with marquee games that are of interest across the country, that move the needle, that get broadcast groups excited, or they don't mess with that at all and play MAC opponents and stick to that level. They haven't really operated in between there. But could you finagle situations where Purdue replaces Ohio State on Alabama's schedule and, a lesser Big 12 team slides in? That can happen. I mean, we are still far enough out where that sort of negotiating and schedule alterations can happen. So, again, just like you said, I am not aware of Ross Bjork saying, let's definitely get this canceled, or Alabama reaching out to begin that conversation either. I'm just looking at the tea leaves and the direction this is going, and I personally would be surprised if they don't find a solution, because I don't think that either party sees enough value to playing these games. We've just gone through this enough with Steve Sarkisian basically saying and being open to, in some respects, hey, can we get out of this home and home? They said in December, yeah, we're going to honor this, but I'm pretty confident that Sark had asked, is there a way not to, even though the next game for them is at home? So these games are for the coaches themselves and what they've seen in terms of the impact or lack of impact, either way, for the College Football Playoff Selection Committee. These coaches and athletic directors at the highest level, it's not because Ross Bjork or Ryan Day are afraid of a challenge, or even that Steve Sarkisian and Chris Del Conte don't want, to play meaningful games. It's just the meaningful games come in the college football playoff, and qualifying that is the single most important thing that you can do. And I realize that there's an offshoot of 15 different conversations that we can have beyond that about whether Ohio State needed to be more tested throughout last season, if that would have helped them going into the postseason and the college football playoff. They needed a tougher schedule, and that's fine. We can have all those. But at the end of the day, the primary goal, the objective, is still to get into the field and have a shot at a national championship. And any coach or athletic director that isn't doing their level best to ensure that happens is not doing their job.
Sounds like, Austin, you said Alabama's scared. We'll let that run on social media. Austin, and I say this knowing that Bobby could very well punch me or just look at me with shoot darts at me with his eyes. Is it a good thing?
He's doing that right now.
I know.
I see him.
Is it a good thing that Bo Jackson and Isaiah West are going to miss spring practice?
I don't know what that means.
Other opportunities for guys. That's what I'm saying. Other opportunities for guys, Bob. Is it potentially a good thing that they won't be out there in the spring?
I think you'd rather have them practice. Maybe they don't need to take every single rep in a spring. And I know that they can make up that time because there's plenty of it in the summer and a month of training camp in August for them to get those hits back on their body, to get acclimated to whatever tweaks Arthur Smith makes to this run game. But I think that's the component that makes it more challenging, Tito, is that, as Arthur Smith gets involved, he's going to want to see how the puzzle pieces fit together. I assume that there's only so many different things you can do. I think Bob could weigh in on that much more eloquently and accurately than me. It's not like he's going to ask these Bo Jackson or Isaiah West to do things that they've never seen before or never done before as a running back. It's not going to be a dramatic overhaul of Ohio State's offense, but there will be new pieces to it. And they're still only entering their true sophomore years. They don't have a ton of reps under their belt. They, I think, would still benefit a lot from getting those chances. And I think the part of this that makes it a little bit more complicated for Ohio State specifically, Tito, is when you say there's opportunity. Jacoby Jackson is coming off of an injury-shortened season at Florida. I don't know exactly how much work he needs at this point, or where he stands physically. Haven't had a chance to talk to him yet at the Woody. Turbo Rogers missed all of his first year. He dealt with an injury at Ohio State. Favor Aki, as he arrives as an early enrollee, he was injured last year in his final year of high school football. You're looking at the Ohio State running back group, and you say that there's opportunity, but those aren't the only two guys who have dealt with injury. And so you can't just walk away from the rushing attack and say, we're going to wait for this, and we're going to install it all in August because we don't have enough healthy running backs. You still have to practice, but maybe you have a few less opportunities for inside drill or that. I don't know how they'll balance it. This is not a fully healthy Ohio State running back group in March and April, and that's not a deal breaker, but it's also not ideal for what Carlos Lachlan or Arthur Smith or Ryan Day want to have to manage throughout March and April, because those 15 practices, once they're gone, you don't get them back.
So we watched Ohio State, add a couple coaches, change some stuff up a little bit this offseason. You think all of that is done? Austin, do you still think there could be things on the horizon?
I think there's still, spots, assistants to the assistant regional managers and
yes.
Quality control and analysts that are all that process. That's like the next wave, Bob. In February, you start seeing got a few guys get other positions, including one yesterday to go join, I believe, the Chargers. So some of that maneuvering is still going on. In terms of the frontline guys, it does not feel like the Raiders are going to be dropping a bag of cash in Matt Patricia's lap. It seems like Clint Kubiak, I haven't seen any changes in his status with Jim Schwartz, but it looks like that is a potential landing spot for him. So even though there's been, 9 or 10 NFL teams that have reached out and tried to gauge Matt Patricia's interest and talk to him about opportunities to go back to the NFL, it doesn't feel like any of those have resulted in actual hard contractual offers in front of him to weigh. We know that he has one from Ohio State, and we know that he's been continuing to do his job and shopping for those groceries and being involved in the Woody to look for other assistants to come help out, assistants to the assistants and fill out that staff. On that defensive side of the football, Larry Johnson, to the best of my knowledge, has not expressed any indication that he is ready to retire. I don't know about what the contractual situation or offer is from the Ohio State side to him, but that's another situation where everyone's been working for the last month plus to build for the future and get things rolling. So as it stands right now, it feels like everything is in place with those full-time, position coaches, coordinators, and that just allows then Ohio State to fill out the rest of that group. So I think they're closing out on that chapter and moving forward with winter workouts, Bob, but never say never. The NFL carousel is not fully done, and Larry Johnson's personal decision is not tied to any actual timeline. So you'd like to get all of that firmly settled in 100%. I don't know that it is, but it's pretty close.
Get you out on this one, Austin. By the way, Austin Ward, one half of The Beat with Austin and Berm. Catch it on 10 TV Plus or wherever you get your podcast. You can check it out there. I asked Bobby this question. There's no correct answer, but I just want to get your opinion on it. As we sit here on February 11th, do you think the tougher game for Ohio State in 2026 right now would be at USC or at Iowa?
It feels to me like Iowa is one of the more sneaky, difficult places to play, and they're always so fundamentally sound, primarily on defense. They don't scare you on offense, but I've personally seen a very weird thing happen there on the last visit, and weather gets weird, crowd gets behind it, they're hostile from the moment you walk in. I think Bob has seen that with what Iowa teams have accomplished in the past, how challenging they can make it to play. I've not covered a game in the Coliseum. It does not have a reputation as a terrifying place to play. I think those teams are roughly equal in terms of their college football playoff contendership. I have doubts about Lincoln Riley as a head coach, but I think he's alleviated some of that pressure based on the season that they had a year ago. You talk about a program, Bodie can attest, that's afraid of challenges. That's USC.
Amen.
For effect. Yeah. So I know he's got my back on that.
Kim Kardashian.
I think it's Iowa. And, maybe USC fans will look at that and mock it and ridicule that, and that's fine. That's what offseason debate is for.
Tell them, Austin, that they can show the list of their college football playoff participation.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. I know that it's lengthy and extensive, and there's a lot of success on it recently. But, Iowa, just what you're going to get year in and year out. It's always going to be a difficult situation. They've made it uncomfortable at times even coming to the Horseshoe. So if you're offering me only those two games on the schedule, I think Iowa will definitely get more attention.
Appreciate the time, Austin. During the break, we'll look up contendership, see if it's a word or not. But nonetheless, thank you so much, and we will talk again next week.
See you, boys.
All right, that was Austin Ward. Contendership, word, Bob, or not a word?
A wordsmith and a big J journalist like Austin Ward uses it. It's.
You think contendership's a word?
Him and Mr. Webster are probably hanging out.
Bodie, I can't give you enough poll questions today. Contendership, do you think it's a word?
It sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, we'll look it up. Maybe we'll look. We don't need to look it up.
Yeah.
Let's just assume he's right. Let's take he's Austin freaking Austin F. Ward.
Oh.
I'll say freaking, but I know the F means something else. But it's contendership. Yes, it's a word. You looking it up, Bob? You are.
Yeah.
Do you have any luck over there?
Wikipedia says it is.
It is.
Wow, there you go.
There we go. That's all you got to worry about.
The status or role of a contender.
Contendership. Okay. Apologies to Austin Ward for questioning him. Coming up next, we'll wrap things up. Tell you who's got us juiced. Morning Juice.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. You don't want to start the new year off hurting. You don't want to start off the new year getting surgery. You don't want to start off the new year dealing with trying to plan something out into the future. What you want to do is get healthy. So what you want to do is go to my friends over at QC Kinetics. Dr. Tesner and his team, the medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus, they can deliver regenerative treatments that actually help your body repair the areas that are causing you pain. Those achy knees, hips, back, shoulders, whatever it is, they can help you get ready. So instead of those invasive operations, it's going to sideline you all of the early year. Go check out our friends at QC Kinetics and see if they can help you today. Imagine moving better, being stronger, planning your year, doing what actually you want to do. So don't wait. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices located in Dublin and Gahanna, and they are ready there for your free consultation. So go check them out today.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
You know what hope is? Hope is action. Carving a path forward, even when it's hard.
And kids who still know how to dream. They're the best pathfinders of all.
So at Child Fund, hope means helping millions of children living in poverty worldwide to grow up healthy, educated, skilled, and so all those good things can come true for them, safe.
And that means safe at home, safe at school, and safe online.
Hope means walking this path together, all of us. Because when we work together, we can do so much more.
That's right. Hope includes you.
Child Fund, because we need each other.
To learn how Child Fund works with children in 23 countries to help them achieve their full potential, visit childfund.org. That's childfund.org.
Tito has had 2 wives. They've both been named Heather. If you know someone named Heather, please warn her. This is Morning Juice.
You heard that promo coming back there, Bob, about if you know somebody named Heather, keep with Tito. Jay-Z dropped on me his woman who used to cut his hair was named Heather. He said, "You want me to introduce you to her?"
There you go.
Which I thought was inappropriate to do on the air live with my wife.
Off the air,
it would have been fine. Yeah,
well, it would have been. It just could have been a more casual conversation. But with the spy out there, my wife's spy that always tells her everything I say. When I said then to him, what my answer was,
you're assuming that she wouldn't view that as a positive development. She could pass you from one Heather to the next.
The reason I think
a hot potato that she's just been burned with for the last 10 years.
I think that in all honesty, if things were to come to an end, that I think that she would want to be the one who does it, not me leaving her for another Heather. You know what I mean? She want to be the dumper, not the dumpy.
The Amber Heard?
Don't say,
What, an Amber Heard situation?
I saw your eyes light up. I could read your eyes so well now.
Well, if you're going to use the term dumper and dumpy.
I knew it. As soon as I said the word, I looked over and saw the glow.
I mean, listen.
I know.
You're going to walk right into that, dude.
I know.
I mean, that's like walking into a glass door. Like a bird over here just flying right into it.
I did. You're right. Bodie hit it.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. For all your roofing, gutter, or siding needs, call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Hey, maybe she could just say you fell out of the shower.
That's right. What the hell? It's Wednesday, I guess. All right, Bob, what's got you juiced?
What has got me juiced? Well, Went to bed at 9 o'clock last night.
Oh,
that was nice. I need to probably hit a couple more of those together.
7 months old?
Yeah, I put Caleb to bed, and then I went to bed. It was pretty awesome. I put our 9-year-old to bed. What else was great? I went up and picked up some of the stuff for the Buckeye cruise. Ran into Ryan Miller, so I got to bookend my day. He's like, "Hey,
there you go.
Talked to you this morning.
Right.
Talking to you now.
Yeah.
Why not?" So we're talking a little youth sports and everything, talking about some different stuff, and excited about the cruise. I had to grab a couple signed things. One of our neighbors, one of our friends, his daughter's in a sorority over at Ohio State, and they do a big charity event every year.
The name Heather?
She's not named Heather, but it's downtown. It's at one of the hotels or something, and grabbed a couple of Buckeye items for them to auction off, and pretty excited there. Got a day football and then a wide receiver helmet for them to be able to auction off of one of the more notable wide receivers at Ohio State. So she was really excited, so I was pumped to be able to deliver that to him. My man Caleb loves him, so he was the one that got to usher in because they didn't know what I was going to get. They're like, "Hey, can you get us some signed stuff from Ohio State?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can probably get you some stuff from the guys. I don't know what it'll be." Like, "Well, I want to start listing." I'm like, "Well, I'm going on the crew. When do they need it by?" Like, I'm leaving next Tuesday. I have a lot of things to get done this week, so I'm trying to yam them all in together here.
A wide receiver helmet.
Yeah.
But you're not going to say the wide receiver was?
Well, I mean, you can deduce that yourself. Currently on the roster. So
Even
excited.
number jersey?
Yeah, probably. It's a square. So, yeah, pretty excited for that. That was a lot of getting that done for him yesterday. Watched a little bit of the ski jumping yesterday.
Right.
Like, fantastic. I love watching the Olympics. I want to watch more of it. I was just so tired last night. Did not get an opportunity to do it. But nice getting back in the routine. I'm a big routine guy, and I'd like to get more into that routine, but I've got about a week of it before I'll be getting
all screwed up then, yeah.
Cruising again. So we'll see what happens, but juiced about some of those different events and trying to get a little bit of work done yesterday. With all that being said, Bodie, what should I have to say?
You have Larry Combs, one at every level that there is.
Larry Combs or Kerry Combs?
No, you misheard me. Now you digressed me again, Beam. That's what you do, man.
The best part is the Schlegs coached with Kerry.
Well, yeah.
And I'm like,
maybe he just called him coach.
And I'm like, Schlegs. There was someone else that he would always miss their name, and I'm like, he's like, you misheard me. I'm like, we have the audio.
Actually,
and I'm like, Sharky, and Shark's like, I'll cut it, but I heard him too. Larry Combs.
We got 4 people here, and 3 of us heard one thing and 1 heard the other.
And you said Kerry. I'm like, you said Larry. It wasn't even. So we started calling him Lawrence Combs. Great stuff. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, what's got me juiced today, guys, was super juiced about the weather yesterday. I left the gym in shorts. This feels fantastic.
Yes, it was so nice.
And granted, it wasn't sunny out, but it did make me think of this scene right here.
Beer me.
Yeah.
What's that? Hand me that water. I always say beer me. Gets a laugh like a quarter of the time. What's her name? You know her name. Who, Karen? Yeah, she's only one of my oldest friends. How's the apartment hanging?
It's fine.
Nice. Check out this sunshine, man. Global warming, right? Today was supposed to be really cold, I bet.
Or not. It was 50 degrees yesterday. Anytime it's like warm in the winter on a given day, I cannot help but think to myself, like, but it was supposed to be really cold. Global warming, right? That scene always makes
I've
me
had
laugh.
plenty of coldness here. I'm done.
Yes, I am too. And next week, it's like 50 every day. I was like, oh, this is fantastic. So that had me juiced yesterday. Last game for the Celtics tonight. They host the Bulls before the All-Star break, so get a few days off. Maybe they'll get a nice little addition before when they come back.
Let's do it.
So that all has me juiced, Tito. Wednesday, halfway home. What has you juiced, sir?
Yeah, we're past Coaster Bob now. Yeah, I did see on the weather, and I do look at it. It's 61 next Wednesday. Bob will be gone.
That's fantastic.
Bob will be somewhere much warmer than that.
Yeah, but I would be happy with 61 here.
You,
I would almost rather have, 61 here would feel better than 85 in the Caribbean. That may sound crazy to people, but it's so unexpected. It's nice. And 61's like a great temperature.
Oh, yeah.
We're like a long sleeve, maybe a short sleeve, pants, shorts. Gives you a lot of options right there.
Holy shirts and pants.
Holy shirts and pants. Whatever it takes. Also, one other thing that's got me juiced, today was the first day of mat drills for Ohio State. I got a text from Schlegs as I'm sitting there.
The first day of what?
mat drills.
Okay, what happens there?
We'll get into it tomorrow. We got more time then. But it's like a competition. It's one of their winter conditioning things.
Okay.
Real toughness builder.
Okay.
They've modified them because the NCAA is
soft.
Eliminated some of the things you can do, which I said soft. And I said, there's rules still? Is this a thing? You guys are getting paid now.
Yeah. Get a whistle.
Get a whistle. There's no one here to protect you anymore. Put your gear on. Let's go.
You will run until you die.
On the line. Again.
Speaking of, did you guys see the Super Bowl commercial with Kurt Russell? The skiing? That was pretty good, wasn't it?
It was good.
I don't remember watching many of the commercials. I say I don't remember. It's not like I was blacked out. No, I tune that stuff out anymore.
I thought the Duncan one with Ben Affleck and the whole crew.
The guy from Cheers.
It was amazing. The guy you knew that.
The guy from Cheers?
Yeah, Sam.
Sam Malone. So Ted Danson.
Ted Danson was it. I asked, there was a guy who was around your age. And I'm like, you know all those people? He goes, yeah, I knew him. It's Urkel. It's he was rattling them off. I go, how about the old dude that came out from the back? And he says, that's the only one. I'm like,
I couldn't have told you his name in real life
you knew the
on
reference.
the show. But
at least you knew what he was from.
Yeah.
So that's Ted Danson.
The Haley Steinfeld State Farm Bon Jovi Living on a Prayer one.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, I saw Bon Jovi on the State Farm thing.
I liked it. I saw somebody say she's been to the Super Bowl twice, which is 2 more than her husband.
That's fair. Yes.
That wasn't funny.
Yeah. I sometimes I remember how big John Bon Jovi was.
Oh, he's huge.
And I see him in a State Farm commercial. Yes. And it made me think of the time I saw Craig Kilborn in a Kraft mac and cheese commercial.
Are you going to compare John Bon Jovi to Craig Kilborn?
Bob, that's what we do on this show. And by the way, Bodie, another poll question you could put out there is what feels better, 61 in Columbus or 85 in the Bahamas?
That's like comparing a fillet of fish to going to fish market.
No, Kilborn was so big too.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
I don't think he was Bon Jovi big.
He wasn't Bon Jovi big. I get it. So we're talking about relative terms, like comparing apples to apples here, or apples to oranges, maybe. Whatever.
Or apples to
whatever. But nonetheless, Kilborn though, SportsCenter anchor, hosted the Talk Soup, the late show with Craig Kilborn, did all those things. By the way, also great in Old School.
Yeah.
Brief appearance there. And
we call it a cameo.
There we go. Cameo. That's it. Word up. That's a song by Cameo, by the way, there, Bodie. Word up. It's a song word. Anyway, and I saw Kraft back and she was like, Craig Kilborn's better than this. And I thought, Bon Jovi, you're better than this. I don't know.
State Farm?
I know State Farm.
I mean,
but
that's like
it's got Mahomes, Rodgers.
I know,
all the
but
stars.
It's still a commercial. It's still like a
Andy Reid. How about those nuggies?
That's right.
Yeah. Megan Trainor.
Yeah.
All about that bass.
All about it. Just all the stars come in.
All about that brace. You're right. It's what it is. All about the brace. I know they do, and I understand it, but still, it's like
Ludicrous.
Listen, you're right. Don't say ludicrous 3 times. I still, Bob, though there are certain people that like I'm not ready to put them there. I'm not ready to say they're there.
What is there?
Where they I know Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi's I bet he's 70.
I don't think he's 70. Look that one up.
He's
Bodie.
close.
I'm going to put him at
He's closer to my dad's age.
I'm putting him at 64. That's just off the top of my head. I'm guessing.
If he's 64 and as wealthy as he is and he looks like that, that's disappointing.
How old is he?
He'll be 64 in 3 weeks.
Okay,
Gosh,
there we go.
Good for you, Thitoff.
Thank you. So
he looks pretty rough for being 64.
Can't really sing anymore, right? Then his voice.
I've heard his voice is kind of
the way he sang.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
is like running like Earl Campbell. There's not a long shelf life
fair.
for
You're
that.
right, yes.
He went real hard. And he can sing. He just can't sing like he used to sing.
It's like when Bruce Wayne goes to the doctor. It's like, hey, good news. No bad cartilage in your knees. That's good. Oh, there's no cartilage in your knees.
There's no cartilage in your knees, so you're kind of done.
Can't heli-ski.
Bob, you talk about stumbling upon a topic for the summer months when there's not much going on. Comparing Bon Jovi's career to Earl Campbell might be the greatest thing you've ever said on the radio. I'm not saying podcasts. I'm saying radio.
It's good. Well, they make decent comments.
You make good points, George. But usually give that role to X-ball. Well, you're an X-ball player. Anyway, but yeah, the Bon Jovi reference, so to that's probably fair. I just don't like seeing it.
It's State Farm, though. It wasn't some on a Super Bowl commercial. This wasn't some throwaway game up in Rochester.
Exactly. I didn't see him in a preseason game for the Bengals.
Right. You go on the street and ask 100 people, you ever heard of State Farm? You're probably going to get 100 yeses.
I understand that, yes. Maybe if we ask 50 people, we'll still get 100 yeses. But nonetheless, I just don't like seeing the guys I like, because Bon Jovi, that was my sophomore year in high school.
Bon Jovi's worth like $2 billion. I don't think that he's hurt. He owns the Philadelphia Soul.
Then why do it?
Because someone asked him to do. Why did Michael Jordan sit down with Mike Tirico?
I understand, but he wasn't.
There's a certain point of relevance. Yeah.
Okay.
And I can be relevant. I think John Bon Jovi wants to do that, and he's buddies with Bill Belichick. I don't know if they're still friends.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Where'd they hang out? Where'd they meet?
That's fantastic.
Where he met Jordan.
That's right. I'm saying probably one of Bon Jovi's side ones. Probably one of the throwaways up in Rochester for Bon Jovi. Ended up going with Bill Belichick. Folks, thank you for tuning in today. We appreciate it. Thank you to Austin Ward. Again, The Beat with Austin and Jerry Birmingham. Check out that podcast. It's fantastic. Tomorrow is a Thursday. Bob, probably should ask you beforehand. Probably Albert Breer tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know why we wouldn't have Albert.
Why wouldn't we have Albert Breer tomorrow? And also, it's a Brody Thursday. Football season's over.
Highness.
Yeah, we're going to keep going. We're going to ride your highness for a while. That sounds weird to say that out loud.
I was
but
going to say.
That sounded very bizarre. Kim Kardashian.